Hello, 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 Jesse. How are we? I have missed you all. I apologize. This was the first week of the new job. I will say, it's going to be slightly short tonight because I got to finish up doing some work stuff. But after talking to text and a couple of people about my new job, I didn't feel right not giving people a beastie story time. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Patty.
Sorry, had to go to the potty room.
Okay. Yeah, so, like I was saying, it's just like no story time about my epic first week. I owed it to you. I'm not going to go long because I'm exhausted and I have an early morning meeting, but oh my God.
Fun times at Ridgemont High.
Where would you like to start?
Let's start at first day of freshman year. That would be your first day of work.
Okay, so yay! Hi, Anubis! Congratulations on your anniversary. You're the bestest. Oh wait, hold on before I forget. Tex, Nerd, Angle, Tim, Matt, Croc, Sanji, Papa. Hi, everybody. Hey, Muffin. I'm glad I finally caught you. Yay! So, hi, Papa.
Good night, Papa.
Good night, Papa. I'll talk to you in the morning if I need to.
Muffin Rando, I love your font.
So you got to remember, the airport by me is it's fairly major, and where I was going is only a 4-hour drive away. So it was going to take longer to fly than it was to get there. But we were expecting a couple of nasty winter storms, and the CEO and some of the international executives were going to be in, and they didn't want to chance me not being able to get there because of weather. So they're like, okay, well, you're going to fly. I had to wake up I had to wake up at 3:00 in the morning.
Not reasonable.
And go drive the 40 minutes to the airport. And then sit there and stare at everybody while I had to wait for the Starbucks to open because there wasn't even coffee yet. To get my coffee after waiting at the gate staring at all the weird people for like 30 minutes. Finally got my coffee. And, get on plane, great, no big deal. Look at my phone and realize my connection's in Charlotte, which is ridiculous because it's nowhere near my destination. Like, it's insane. But okay.
It's near if you use plain math.
Apparently. But I realized if you've ever been to Charlotte's airport, you will know that it does not matter what airline you fly. You're going to get there at the ass end last gate of a concourse and then have to haul ass to the ass end of another concourse. That's like a 25-minute walk.
Yes. This is normal.
This is Charlotte. Well, I try to pack fairly light because I didn't need that much stuff, but it was still kind of heavy. And I realized I only had 45 minutes total to make my connection. I was trying not to run people over. Like, not to run them over. And they're trying to be like one of the first people on the plane. But everyone on the plane's got to like screw around when they're trying to like get off and take forever. What are we doing? Just let's go. Let's go. Get to the gate. Get on plane. Make it to little ass airport. Hi, Croc.
Hi, Croc.
I said hi to you before, Croc. make it to Little Ass Airport where I was landing. When I say Little Ass Airport, there are 4 gates total.
Oh, that's like St. Pete in Florida.
4 gates. Hold on. Okay. So there's like 4 gates in total. The security line is 1. If you're TSA pre-check like me, they hand you a block of wood. Like you know when you were in school and you needed a bathroom key or hall pass, and the teacher like essentially used a piece of 2x4 because people would steal it? Like that. They hand you. And then when you go over to the X-ray machine, you give it to the person, and they put the little TSA chunk of wood down so they know that your liquids and electronics are allowed to be in your bag. There's 1 security person thing, and there's a block of wood denoting if you're TSA. Like, ma'am, okay, great. This is insane. So I get there and I go downstairs to the rental car counter. There's 1 baggage claim. 1.
Well, that's all you need when you have 4 gates.
Yeah, so I happen to look next to it. There's the 4 rental car counters. So I go over to get my rental car, and the lady's like, oh, here's this, here's that. And I said, okay, do I have to take like a shuttle to the rental car lot? Because most airports, there's like a shuttle to where they keep the rental cars, even if the desks are in the airport, kind of thing. She goes, no, look out the window. There's literally a 2-lane little road, where you can drop people off, and right on the other side of it is a parking lot that had a grand capacity, I counted, of 75 parking spots, and 20 of them were the rental cars. Okay. Right.
There's Navy Tex.
The better part.
Hey,
oh, hey, Tex. Here was the other issue. I'm really tall. They gave me a Mazda 3. I might as well have been trying to ride Micro's like tricycle. I was like sitting on the ground trying to get out of the thing. Oh my God. It was like an acrobatic ordeal to get in and out of this car because I was sitting on the ground.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is, I'm not as tall as you, but I had the same problem with those stupid like Mazdas and things like that that are super low to the ground because my shoulders are wider than the seat.
You could see my knee in the driver's side window because if I bent my knees under the steering wheel, it hit the steering wheel. So I couldn't have my knees like right under the steering column. So my knee that was nearest to the window, you could see it because of how like low and yeah, it was not. I got long legs. You could see my knee. It was ridiculous.
Did you feel like you were driving a go-kart?
Yeah, pretty much like on the ground. Okay, Dennis. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, Muffin, I'm tiny, like weight-wise, but I'm almost 6 feet tall, so the height's what gets me, right? So I look like I'm in a clown car.
That is hilarious. I would have loved to have seen that.
It was insanity. So I get I get to the office and I go get my badge, picture taken. They give me my badge. Great. And then my boss was cool. He bought lunch. And then they made fun of me for how little food I actually ate at lunch. Because pizza. But it wasn't even the pizza. It was the fact that I'd consumed probably 100 times more caffeine than any 6 people should by that point. Just to be staying awake. I was, yeah. So I ate. Then, while we're sitting in my boss's office, he goes, oh, here, let me give you, hey, Sin. He goes, let me give you a uniform shirt, like a polo. Okay. Now, I love my boss, don't get me wrong. Coolest guy ever. Retired police chief, awesome. Holds up a women's extra large and goes, is this going to be big enough to fit you?
Really?
Yep.
Like, bro, you need like a child's medium. Come on now.
I was like,
No, she needs a
no.
small.
I was like, that's going to be too big. He goes, how about a large? No. What size shirt do you wear? A kid's extra large or a men's extra small? Or a women's small if it's short sleeved and I don't have to worry about sleeve length? He looks at me, he goes, we don't have a kids line. You'll have to custom order those. Thanks. I look like I stole somebody's, like, I look like I was wearing my boyfriend, my dad, someone else's shirt. The damn extra large came to my knees. Like, I what?
I love
Is it going to be too small? Like, what are you people? No. Oh, God. And God bless him. Like, you can tell that he must have offended some female at some point, guessing sizes. Because he
small.
Yep. No. He looked so, like, terrified of having asked me what size I wore. Mm-hmm. Literally.
Bless his heart. That's just not fun.
You know what I mean? Like, you could just see he was, like, dreading having to ask me that. And I was like, it's all good. I'm not self-conscious about my weight. Do that. Great. We go do all of our walks in the buildings, see the facilities. One of their facilities, they actually have the very expensive PLCB, which is the Liquor Control Board, and a Gallo winery warehouse. It was an entire warehouse full of alcohol.
That just sounds like a really cool apartment to live in.
Yeah,
So I was just
I'd like to go there.
Right, but all I could think of is, oh God, someone's going to drop a pallet with a forklift. Oh God, that's not going to go well.
Yeah, with like thousands and thousands of, per bottle dollars worth of alcohol.
Literally,
forklifts.
All I could think of was, oh, that's going to end well when someone drops that. And we all going to smell like alcoholics that day. I don't know what. But okay. So we get through all of it. Had a business dinner, which was lovely. Very expensive restaurant. Food was amazing. But then, as Patty can attest, I'm not really good with pop culture. I've never seen The Office.
Never seen The Office. What?
No. So when they're like, that's the clock from The Office. I was like, what?
You literally thought it was a clock that they took from Office that you were just in and brought it over.
They told me it was like the show. They were like, look, there's a clock from the show The Office. Like, do you want to take your picture with it? What?
Why?
Oh,
I'm good.
You ain't worked in a place until you worked for Dunder Mifflin.
Right, and they did all the most of the filming there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have no idea. And no, Muffin, it doesn't sound like my china cabinet behind me. We are talking, that warehouse is, I think, 800,000 square feet. I wish I had that much in my china closet with the cost of that, but yeah, it's an 800,000 square foot warehouse full of alcohol.
Tim, you got to watch The Office, man. The American one, well, the British one's funny too, but the American one is like the one that everyone quotes all the time. So
yeah, I got nothing. But I was just like,
I liked the British one better. But that's just me. I like British humor.
So we get done eating, right? Go back to the hotel. I'm like dead tired because I've been up since 3 a.m. Pass out in bed. 2:30 in the morning, the fire alarm went off.
Oh Lord.
So I stumble out of the room with everybody else. It turns out some foreign guy didn't realize which side of the number the button for that number was. And on the other side of the one for the one floor, he pushed the emergency fire alarm button.
Oh Lord mercy. It's red, bro. Don't touch it.
He didn't speak English.
Yeah, but he sees colors, right?
I don't know. I wasn't going to ask. It was
He
like
might
2
have been
a.m.
colorblind.
It was like 2 a.m. and I didn't want to know. I'd have gotten in trouble. I just looked at the front desk was like, go back to bed. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to. No, can't. So then I had the worst time falling back asleep and I had to be up ass early again the next day. Originally, we were supposed to drive to a few of the different sites and like do all of that, but it was shitty weather. So they swapped what we were doing on days like Tuesday and Wednesday's itinerary. So then Tuesday, we're going through like our warehouses, we're doing all the things. And a group of people that are a client were there along with a couple people from our corporate office, which is overseas. And like most people, they assume that no one else speaks French because pretty much everybody that's there spoke Spanish if it wasn't English. So they're like standing there talking about everybody right in front of everybody. And as we all know,
I can see this is not good.
As we all know, I don't have a good poker face. I mean, my ex HRVP, who was like still my best friend, used to always text me, like a good friend used to always text me in the middle of a meeting, fix your face. Because you have a goddamn cartoon bubble above your head and I can read everything going through your mind. By the look on your face. You might as well just have a scrolling bubble above your head. I was like, shut up.
Did they figure out fairly quickly that you do understand French?
They did when I busted out laughing about a comment they made. And it was ridiculous. Like I couldn't stop laughing because it was that funny. And they just like looked at me and they're like, the one guy speaks English fluently. He's just got an accent. He goes, "What's so funny?" And I answered in French, and the look on like 15 people's faces.
Yeah.
Oh, see what happens when they assume?
And they're like, "Are you from France?" I was like, "No, but I spent 3 summers in one of the arrondissements in Paris." And they're like, "Oh, where?" And I explained it. It's a place called Rueil Malmaison. And I was like, "Yeah, I spent 3 summers in Rueil Malmaison." And they were like, okay, great. Rueil Malmaison is the arrondissement, which is, so if you've ever been to Paris, they break the city up into arrondissement. So like where you have New York City, if you're in the Bronx, Brooklyn, uptown, it's like that. So Rueil Malmaison, the arrondissement, is much like Beverly Hills. And I spent the summers there because it was one of my dad's good friends. He met him through work. Like they lived there, so they shipped their kids here for summers to do American stuff, and then, you got
shipped there.
We got to go there. So that was funny because I was just dying. And then after that, every time I walked into a room, they'd all like elbow each other, and I was like, "It's okay. I'm not going to tell anybody what you said." But okay. Good talk. So, what?
They're just going to love you.
Oh, it gets worse.
I knew
so much worse. So,
do I need to go get wine for this conversation? Because
you're gonna want to. You're gonna want to. I'll wait.
No, go ahead. I can sit right here for a few minutes and just listen and
Oh no,
decide
you
whether
just
I
get
need
the
to go
wine.
with the Johnny Depp mega pint of wine or whether just a pint.
Just go get the wine now.
Get that one big glass, you know.
Just grab the whole bottle.
I do have a redneck. It's in a box. You know why it's in a box.
Yep.
That way you got something to throw up in.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me know when you got your wine, because this is horrible. Like, not horrible, but
is this the
you're
thing you sent
gonna
me earlier?
die. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, okay.
that goes with it.
Okay.
I'm listening.
So, day 2, we're doing our stuff that we were going to do on day 3, which is like all the site visit stuff. And on day 2, part of my day was site visit, like for the sites that are near the admin building. They have 4 facilities. Hey, Parson, that take, there's a decent amount to drive. So we're in the one facility, and I make the comment because they have all of these, like the back of the tractor trailers, like the trailer parts, open. Like the doors are open. And I was like, that's a bad idea, safety-wise, because you're going to find a homeless person in there, like, making a fire to stay warm. Like Josh Lanto or someone's going to, like, have camped out in one of those. We're going to have a soft-sit encampment in the parking lot the way you guys are going. Like, no. Hi, Lisa. I was like, we should probably, like, make them close and secure those doors once we know they're empty. And they were like, oh, okay. Yeah. We get done. Here. We're like, okay, great. We get done. Go to dinner. Dinner was great the second night. And then it just went downhill. So Wednesday, we go do our site visits. On one of the site visits Wednesday, I watched 3 people have an accident with forklifts. One guy was whipping it around the corner in reverse. One guy was going like...
You just wanted to back that ass up.
Yeah, but one was going perpendicular to the aisles. One's whipping it in reverse out of one of the aisles, like you would your car out of a parking spot. And the other one's trying to do a donut for some reason, and all 3 of them hit each other.
Oh, great.
I just stood there watching. I was like,
That took some coordination right there.
literally just stood there like, did y'all plan that? Or, okay, that's going to go well.
And that's how you create a safety stand down.
Oh, that's not the reason for the... I think I witnessed more forklift accidents. People drag raced forklifts. I had to yell at somebody for standing on the forks of the forklift and having the person operate it like it was an elevator for them because they didn't want to walk up the stairs.
Yep, I've seen that before too. Yep.
I felt, yes, Tim, they were forklift drag racing, and then they put up cones and had a forklift rodeo. They literally made, like, when you do like the rodeo thing with the horses and you put the barrels and they have to do all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They had a forklift rodeo when they thought no one was looking. I just like walked over and sat down and watched. And finally one of them like looked at me and it was like, this. All of this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to do any of this. That's what we're not doing. This means I do paperwork.
When I say idle hands at the devil's workshop.
They weren't idle hands. They had things to be doing. But they thought it would be more fun to have a forklift rodeo.
I'm sure it is fun.
I guess that would be dependent on who you asked.
We just need
Those
more
are
power.
expensive things, and none of them should have been driving them. None of them were particularly great drivers with them. So, okay. Now, we get done. We get done with all the warehouses. I have to get on the airplane. We go out to dinner once again. And I get back to the hotel at like 10 o'clock at night. I have to get up at 3 a.m. to get on a plane. Great. Because I'm not a morning person. So I get on the plane, make it to Charlotte. I have a 4-hour layover in Charlotte this time. Okay. Finally get on the plane. We are taxiing halfway down the runway and the plane stops. Captain comes on. He goes, we're going to have to taxi back to the gate. The computer shut down.
Oh, God.
Excuse me, what? The plane just... I don't think I want to be on this plane anymore. What do you mean the computer shut down? We have to go back to the gate and see if the mechanics can reboot it. This is not your laptop, sir. Sir, this is not a laptop.
And it's scary when the pilot comes over and he starts off with, well, you see what had happened was.
Yeah, pretty much. It shut down. I'm like, great. So we were almost 2 hours late leaving. So then Boom had to come over and babysit, which was like great fun. So
I'm sure she hated that, yeah.
I know she had fun, although I got Boom good. So I had asked the kids what they thought I was bringing them back as a souvenir. Micro goes, candy, because she loves a certain kind of candy from Dylan's Candy Bar, which is like that expensive like boutique one. And there was one in the airport in New Orleans, and she knows there's one in Charlotte. So she wanted her candy. Minnie didn't care. He just wanted something. And then they both chime in with, Aunt Boom said she thinks you're bringing back a dinosaur.
Why does that not surprise me when Boom said that?
Challenge
Would that
accepted.
be a chicken?
Challenge accepted. I found a pair of socks that was a T-Rex wearing an inner tube, like a floaty inner tube with a duck head and water wings and a pink bathing suit. And I bought them for her. You said I'm going to bring back a dinosaur? Game on. I went through every single store in Charlotte on that layover to find her dinosaur socks. Because why not? But whatever. Finally get in the air. Get here. And then what I gotten myself into hits me. Because once my phone is charged and my laptop is connected to the internet, I very promptly got like 800 emails and incident reports because everything comes to me. Great. Now, mind you, they spelled my name wrong in my email address. So the first 4 days, I logged into everything with my misspelled name while the help ticket IT people were doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then when I connected it to they apparently on my travel day, they changed it. So my laptop connects to my house Wi-Fi and locks me out of everything. Because I'm trying to change the user of the laptop. They had to reset all the tech. Because every time they would like fix one thing and make my name right, it'd lock me out of something else. Because it had all been set up with the wrong name and everything authenticates using other things. So that was fun.
The goals of the IT help desk to make onboarding as difficult as possible.
I'll take that. So then I get an incident report that requires investigation. I sent text this already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put it up because I tried to redact it and it was pointless. So I'm just going to read. Gives a business entity. Gives location. Location description. End of trailer. Which immediately gives you pause to think and go, huh, that's what I called the Sovsit homeless encampment. Like thinking about where those trailers and the location is. Hey, Cookie.
Hey, Cookie.
I'm like, so our Sovsit homeless encampment. Okay, there's an incident. Okay. Incident summary is listed as food safety. Okay. Generally, we classify things as that if like the wine or you had alcohol in there and rodents had gotten in. Or if you had food product. Or food product and something broke near it. But these are empty trailers, so I'm not sure. I'm like, food safety is the classification? Okay. Incident description. This is where I lost my shit. Just be prepared. Feces and tissue found by the yard jockey at the end of the trailer inside on the left side.
Oh, and there's a picture.
Hold on.
Was Amber Heard anywhere near the site?
Wait, hold on. That's his comments. An associate who has sanitation training got bleach and bleached it. And then they say toxic releases. Quantity 10 cubic centimeters. Describe release bodily fluid. This is not an environmental thing. Like, you're filling this out like it's the MSDS sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not, what and how? How did you measure? Like, for the amount? What?
We're gonna need CSI in here, stat.
What are we doing? And then wait. So, because it's hazmat, it says material, other, phase, liquid. Quantity 10 cubic centimeters. Describe release bodily fluid. It's in a liquid state? Like, sir.
Did they describe the liquid state? That's the question.
Well, I didn't have to worry about that. Because I'm reading all of this going, what? And then I look down. They have attached pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These pictures are better than writing reports.
There's the whole report attached, like 15 pictures, and even called out the brand of toilet paper.
I feel like that was
Wow.
unnecessary. Yeah.
I was like, I what?
It reminds me of boot camp when we had the Phantom Shitter.
What do you even say if you're me? I have so many questions. And it's not like I really want the answers, but like I just want to know how you don't know the difference between a solid and a liquid.
I'm not even gonna hazard a guess on that.
I was like, what are we doing? Tim, there are literally like 12 pictures from every angle. In one picture, someone's holding a ruler near it for scale.
But why?
What? I called
Were
my
they
boss.
trying to freak out the new safety director?
No, I called my boss, and I thought we killed him. He was on the. I called him, and all I could hear was him wheezing. And one of the other safety guys, like one of the junior safety guys, was like, yeah, he's pretty much laying on the floor, red in the face, because he can't catch his breath laughing so hard. Sir?
I
No.
wish I could see the look on your face.
And there was no witnesses to this alleged perpetrator.
No, and I have noticed I had to go through the security cameras. I might have delegated that job to one of the junior people.
There you go. Hey, that's what delegation's all about.
I'm sorry.
So you were literally delegating shit. Good job.
Yes.
Well, shit rolls downhill, so.
Yep.
Apparently, it stays flat in the back of a tractor trailer. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I saw the picture and I wanted to say this. Whoever did that, it was pretty impressive. Like, it was one of those, like, I just went to Taco Bell and haven't taken a shit in a week, and then I found this open trailer and decided I was going to do my business there.
I bet it was the driver that delivered the load.
No,
I bet
there
you did deliver
it
the
was my
load.
soft.
What?
No, it was my soft sit homeless encampment. None of those trailers are hooked up to fronts. They're where we like store the spare ones. So if they're trying to when they come and bring their truck, the ones that bring a truck that don't have their own trailer can hook up in the yard and take it up. Or if something happens to one like damage,
You are
they're
not an
just
alcoholic, dog.
they're
I'm the
just like
alcoholic.
there's just like 15 trailers that they had left open.
So you had a drive-by pooper. Got it.
Right.
Lisa, there's literally 25 porta potties less than 10 feet away from it. But
you're
okay.
Right, Lisa, at least they watch.
It's a comedian that was out of work.
I don't know. Yes, they did use toilet paper, and the employee that filled out the report felt the need to tell me how many squares and what brand. This is the most thorough incident report I have ever seen on the dumbest thing.
Well, if you're going to do it, make sure the paperwork is done adequately.
Right.
No reason
Well,
reason to leave anything behind. Make sure it's clean and tidy.
Well, they did leave something behind.
Well, and you need all this detail in case this is the beginning of a serial pooper. You know what I mean?
I was just like, I can't with this. Like, what do you need? I was like, what are we doing? Oh my God. And then I had like all these emails about like forklift incidents, someone riding on the forks of a forklift, someone knocking over the racking because they weren't paying attention, driving a forklift like they stole it, and the floor was slick, and they couldn't stop and ran right into the racking and knocked it over.
I ain't gonna be surprised if you get an
days.
incident report of guys doing some like forklift TikToking in the warehouse.
So they're not allowed to have their phones
That's right. You told me that. That's true. That's right.
because A, safety hazard and security risk.
That's right.
But B, big safety hazard because at one point an employee on TikTok driving a high lift while intoxicated might have almost decapitated themselves. Well, pretty much did because they weren't paying attention to the giant I-beam.
Oh God. Oh.
And they weren't like looking around. They were on TikTok. Yeah. So no phones. But yeah, no one had any excuse. I was just like, what are we doing? I have questions, but I don't want the answers. So yes. My first week of work.
It was eventful.
I was just like, oh my God.
This is taking pooping on company time to a whole different level.
I sent Tex the picture. I was like, Tex, what the hell? Like, I'm sorry. What?
Tex, did you send her a response back? Said, why are you sending me shit?
No, he just laughed at me.
She knew ahead. Like she told me about it ahead of time. Then she sent me the report.
I sent him the whole incident report.
Yeah.
It would have been funnier if you would have said, why are you sending me shit?
I was just
shit.
I was like, oh my God, what are we doing?
This happened yesterday. Why are you bringing up old shit?
Yeah, I know. I was just like, come on. Please. People. So yes. That was my first week of my new job. I had to deal with poop.
Just like being at
And a forklift rodeo.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like when I was at DLI the second time, and I had to have a brief with my division about not looking at porn on government computers during your classroom time.
I had an entire discussion, an entire ass discussion with someone about what it's appropriate to use forklifts for, and what it's not.
Forklift jousting is not a proper way of use of the forklift.
What are we doing? We do not drive it like we stole it. This is not Grand Theft Auto.
Apparently,
just-
it's Grand Theft pooping.
I don't know. I was looking through the incident report and I was like, and this is where I realized I made a mistake.
You know, it'd be funny if it was Joshua Lanto and you had to video ID him from watching him take a shit.
There's an entire traffic stop where that girl takes a shit on the side of the road in front of the
Oh,
tree.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that Mike had played the other day. A couple months ago, I was
And
dying.
there was one where a lady did it inside of it was like a convenience store or something. She was super
No,
drunk.
this lady's on the side of the highway.
Yeah, no, I remember that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, what the fuck? People. No.
Right, Tim? It's the serial shitter.
I cannot with these people. I was like, I am hurting cats. I also was like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's like dealing with like a whole bunch of junior Marines.
Yeah.
Or toddlers. I don't know.
But one and the same. 6 and 1, half dozen in the other.
Pretty much. So yes. That was my first week of work.
Can't wait for week 2.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I'm going to get off this in a minute, because I have to finish rewriting a policy about how to clean up biological material.
And what not to put in reports. I understand and I appreciate your detail, however, comma.
Just remember, wipe from the front to the back.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was just like, okay, great. It's going to be a good day. What?
I guess I get it that you have a turtle head popping out. You better pinch it off until you get to a bathroom.
I don't know what to tell you.
'Cause we're
But
not putting up with this shit.
y'all need to do something. It was like, we are not continuing this. We are not.
Put up no pooping zone signs.
Right?
Yeah, what do you even, you want me to keep a straight face? Like, I cannot with you people.
You should have responded back to that email, the incident report, and been like, well, shit.
No, I wish I could. But,
I mean, just type it in, but don't send it. You know what I mean?
no, I would have, I would have sent it.
Yep.
That simple. But no, so a general timeline. Like I said, I'm trying to get some done. I'm gonna do a gun stream and talk about the Crumley case that's going on tomorrow evening, since that's going on, but I can't stream it all day because work meetings. But I'm going to summarize everything that's happened up until now and some of the clips, and we'll talk about it tomorrow night.
Sounds good.
And then I will tell you guys now, hey Lisa. Oh, you remember. Nice member chat.
Good
This is not
job, Lisa.
At least nobody covered the door with bees this time.
Did you say bees?
Yeah, there was a bee incident.
Hmm.
You know, I've just decided that some YouTubers just need to be shot.
Yeah,
Or neutered.
Why not both?
Yeah.
Well, one of them was already reproduced, so yeah.
I have no idea. But I can say, now that I've like just shaken my head at the whole thing, at the end of February, beginning of March, guys, I am going to be near Chicago twice and in Southern California.
Croco said he could stream it all day.
Yeah, Croc, I'm gonna watch it, do the recap, and then we can talk about it for Wednesday. Because I have to look at what my schedule looks like. But I want to see kind of like how they're pacing that trial before I dive into
Which
that.
trial is this? Can you refresh my memory?
Oxford school shooter's parents being charged because they provided the weapon.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, did you ever get a conclusion to that paramedic court case?
Yes, they were found guilty. One was
Really?
found guilty of criminally negligent homicide and something else, and then the other one was charged and found guilty of reckless manslaughter.
Damn.
See, Alan, I'm not going into downtown Chicago. We have 2 facilities in the suburb that I have to go to.
Chirac.
One's actually in like Joliet, I believe. And then Southern California. And then I believe at the end of March, beginning of April, I'll be in Texas.
Oh yeah.
And then Georgia. So. Yeah, Lisa, I'm going to do it tomorrow night. If you want to join, we'll all watch tomorrow night. I just have a crap-o-la-ton to do work-wise in the day, so we can watch it tomorrow night. And part of the reason I kind of want to watch it at night, not during the day, is so we can fast forward through dumb parts.
Sounds good.
Because there are some like stupid procedural pauses and stuff that take forever. So, but yes,
Watching court cases on 3 times speed is fun.
Yeah, pretty much. So yes, that was my week. I did not feel it right to not update the beasties.
What you have there is pure gold. Pure gold.
Yeah, I did not. I had to update the beasties. Both parents, Lisa. Both parents. Mom's on trial right now.
So how they separated? They separated the trials.
I have to look at some of the things. I believe so because they have different attorneys. And I think there was a motion. I'm not sure. Like I said, I've
especially if
seen...
they're trying to get one to turn on the other, right? They don't want.
I don't know. I have to look. Like I said, we'll start. We'll backpedal. We'll look at it tomorrow night, and sort it all out. And then that way we can fast forward the stupid stuff.
Sever. That was the word I was looking for. Sever. They severed the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes. So everyone, that was my first week of work. There you go.
Yay! Congratulations.
Yeah.
You just smell in your nose.
I am done potty training. I'm done potty training children. What?
Well, you graduated to potty training adults now.
No, I haven't.
And just to end this safety brief, I'd like to let you know we have a free box of Depends over on the conference table in the back. Feel free to grab yourself one if you feel like you're going to get into a position where you have to shit inside a trailer.
Okay, everybody needs a star. I'm just saying.
Oh, thank you, Patty. Thank you, my love. Everyone who got their star gifted from the beautiful, the wonderful, the lovely Patty. Yay. So yes, that was my week. I will catch you guys. I'm going to pop a stream up for either 8:30 or 9 tomorrow night. And we'll check out Crumbling Guns. So.
Sounds awesome.
I love y'all. I will catch you guys tomorrow.
Bye.